Don't have a PowerPoint tonight. If you'll turn to 741, we'll sing that in just a moment. Talk about a little bit about nothing lasts forever. It seems like that over the last 5 or 6 years, our things around the house have been dying on us one by one. Started out with the furnace and air conditioner in 19, and then one after another. And thank goodness they didn't all die at the same time. But things wear out faster today than ever. We replaced a refrigerator that we'd had for 30 years. You don't find many refrigerators that last that long anymore. You might get, in the past, you might get 20 years from a washing machine. I think we got more than that from our first one, or maybe 10 or more from an automobile. But in this life, that things like this go on and on. Just buy and replace, find you a new one. Except you can't buy a new body, but our bodies do last longer, generally. But they eventually wear out. Appreciate Bobby leading the song as the life of a flower. We will wear out. We're not as active as we used to be generally, and not able to do some of the things we used to do. But nothing lasts forever, right? I'm going to tell you about 3 things that do last forever. God's word will last forever. In Matthew 24:35, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will not pass away. It's hard for us to realize what eternity is. Eternity, there's no time. When you've been with God many, many years, you still got many more years to be with him. He didn't count time as years. 1 Peter 1:25 says, but the word of the Lord remains forever. And this word is the good news that was preached to you. It's the best news we can hear. It's the only news that has any lasting about it at all. And the more years we have here on earth, the more we should understand that. Isaiah 40, verse 8, the grass withers, the flower fades, but the word of our God will stand forever. It's amazing the flowers that Karen plants or the wildflowers we see, they're beautiful, but they're not there for very long. Sort of like our life compared to eternity. We're like a vapor that you see for a little while and then we're gone. Malachi 3:6 says, for I am the Lord, I change not. We just studied in one of Brother Hackney's sermons, Christ is unchangeable. He's the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And God's word is sure. And that can have a wonderful meaning or a terrible meaning, depending on if you're righteous or you're wicked. His rewards are sure, but his punishments are sure also. Number 2, God's home for the righteous will last forever. In Isaiah 51, verse 6, it says, lift up your eyes to the heavens, look at the earth beneath. The heavens will vanish like smoke. The earth will wear out like a garment, and its inhabitants die like flies. But my salvation will last forever. My righteousness will never fail. When we get a home with God, It will be forever. It will be everlasting. Jesus assured his apostles that when he left, he went to prepare a place for them. In John 14:2-3, my Father's house has many rooms. If that were not so, would I have told you that I am going to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me, that you may also be where I am. Christ has a place ready for us. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, He has made everything beautiful in its time. He has also set eternity in the human heart. God's prepared eternity for us. Yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end. We can't fathom God's mind, but we can count on his blessings and his promises. We'll be so amazed when we get to heaven. We'll understand it all. And number 3, our soul is forever. In Matthew 10:28, says, do not fear those who kill the body, but cannot kill the soul. God gave you a soul. In Genesis 2:7, and the Lord formed man out of the dust of the earth and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. Worth how much? One translation says more than the universe. It's worth more than the whole world or the universe. Matthew 16:25-26 says, for whoever would save his life will lose it, and whoever loses his life for my sake will find it. For what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and forfeits his soul? Or what shall man give in return for his soul? Don't let anything or anyone cause you to lose your soul. Choose to be with those who are going to heaven or making their way to heaven and can help you get there too. We have choices to make in this world. Who we're with, who we marry, and who we're going to heaven with. Jesus says in Matthew 18:9, if your eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out, throw it away. It's better for you to enter life with one eye than to have two eyes and be thrown into the fire of hell. One day we'll all die, be laid in the ground, but our soul will be forever. Your soul has an endless life. That's why it's so important. It's immortal. It has a beginning, but it has no end. You have a soul. It's inside of you. You can't see it, but it lasts forever. Let's take care of it. I hope these words have helped you. They've helped me have a stronger faith. Let's all stand and sing 741.